Welcome to the Sneaker Podcast, a show where a bunch of guys sit around a table to talk life, lifestyle, music, and all things sneakers. So sit back, turn it up, and let's go.
What up, TSP family? Hope you're having a dope day, and thank you for tuning in. This is the Sneaker Podcast, Season 7, Episode 8. My name is Chris Chu, and he is the number 2 aficionado, but number 1 in your hearts. What is up, Sean Collard?
Hey now.
Mike and Chloe couldn't make it this week, but they should be back soon. Shout out to the mans. We have a very special guest here today, someone that needs no introduction, but we're going to give you one anyway. What is up, Mr. JumpmanBostic?
Not too much. What's happening? Appreciate the invite.
Before we continue, I want to maybe let Sean give a brief intro of our special guest.
The man, like you said, the man needs no introduction.
Mm-hmm.
He is Mr. Basement of the Jays. I was lucky enough to, Mark and I were lucky enough to meet back in 2017 at the Soul Exchange event here in Montreal, where they brought him out to wow the crowd with his collection. And we've been sort of friends ever since, right? I mean, I remember, although I do remember before that, JumpmanBostic gave me a very cool opportunity when I first was sort of starting to realize what I wanted to do with my Instagram. You were doing the 28 Days of Jays in February because it's your birthday in February, just like MJ. And I caught wind of that, and I started following along with your 28 Days of Jays, and then you gave me a couple of nice shout outs, and so you got me a bunch of followers because of that. That's where I really first kind of knew you, and I started following your YouTube channel and and got to know the Basement of the Jays. And again, lucky enough to call you friend after all these years, and I'm so happy to have you finally on the program. I've wanted to have you on for a long time, and good to see you finally here. So welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you always have that open invite whenever you cross over.
I'm coming. We were just saying, when you went to get your headset there, Chris was just saying, that is such a dope setup behind. It's such a crazy amazing
setup behind you.
The Basement of the Jays.
Sean's like, yeah, it's the Basement of Jays. I go, I know it's the Basement of Jays. It's still cool, man. It's like, cool.
Right.
It's like, I've seen it on YouTube, but it's cool to see it like, it's like a direct feed into it. So
exactly. Yeah, it's live.
It's different in person. If you ever get to see it in person, most people that have had the opportunity to see it say, man, it's totally different than what I see on video. I'm
sure, because you on video you're just kind of getting whatever the camera's showing, right? To see it all like around you in person must be amazing.
Oh,
I'm sure.
You're right.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'd be down here for hours.
Oh, hours. We'd be going through shoe by shoe and talking about each one.
That's when you pay for the extended tour, right?
Exactly.
And I know we'd be in the twos section for a long time.
A long time, exactly. No doubt. And the 8 section, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And 8. Yes, sir.
That's it. The two. That's another thing we sort of bond over is that I love the 2s. Mark's favorite are the 8s and the grade 8s. And those are not the most popular Jordans of all time. Either, I mean, mine's probably less popular than the 8s.
Yeah.
But neither of us are fans of, we're fans of shoes that really aren't the everybody goes to the 1s or the 3s or the 11s. No one says 2 or 8 except for us, I think.
But now that they're retro in the 2s.
Oh, yes, of course.
Everybody loves the 2s.
Suddenly, yes.
Right.
Everybody loves the 2s.
Right.
You've got some, that's the thing too. You've got some incredible PE 2s that are, from Quentin Richardson and man, some really dope stuff. So, I mean, I got to get there to see those in person one day.
Unbelievable stuff and people I've been able to meet, such as yourself, in the sneaker community, and what sneakers can do as far as bringing people together who are genuine.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Very cool. As always, the Sneaker Podcast is brought to you by one of our favorite sneaker cleaner sponsors, Sneaker Logic Official. You can check them out on Instagram at sneakerlogic_official. You can use our coupon code, which is TSP15, get 15% off your order. Totally organic. I'm still using the wipes, heavy wipes. Yeah.
It's just so much easier to go with the wipes. I find it's Mark. Do you usually, when you clean, do you usually use wipes or you go full out with the brush and the?
I do both. I do both. I carry the wipes with me just in case something happens when I'm out, but I use both.
Yeah.
Depending on how dirty the shoe is.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's start the podcast like we always do with what we wore on feet today. Sean, why don't you kick us off?
Sure. So for work today, I posted my 1994 white cement threes on Instagram yesterday, and we're Monday today. And I felt like, so I got the itch to wear some white cement threes. And the only pair I have, the last release I bought of the white cement threes are the 2003 version. So I wore those to work, and I wear them not regularly, but a few times a year. And they're somehow, they're 19 years old, but they're holding up. So I wore my 2003 white cement threes today for a full work day, and they made it out alive somehow. I don't know.
Very nice.
But very happy. Yeah. Very popular shoe. Yeah. I made it alive one more day. Exactly.
How about you, Bostic?
Well, I wore a pair that is not very popular on Instagram. It appears it's the Comfort Air Max Jordan 10. So it's a mixture of the Air Max and Jordan 10, which was made by Tinker Hatfield. So
yes, that's the thing. That's the thing with you too, is that you have such a genuine passion for all things Jordan that you have models that most people don't own. and wear them, and it's so cool to see that it's not just the usuals, like I said, 1s, 3s, 11s. So it's you've got everything in that stack back there in the basement of the Jays.
Thanks.
So what was the verdict? I know you asked the people if it counted, if that worked out for like an Air Max wear.
I got a bunch of crying emojis, laughing emojis, So I'm taking it as a no. But then there are some people who chopped in and said, yeah, I mean, it's an Air Max, has an Air Max sole on it. So
yeah,
there you 100%. Go. That works for sure.
Yeah, that's my version of wearing an Air Max.
I'll count it.
I'm a Jordan guy.
Exactly.
Counts. Today I was lucky enough to find out that Bostic was going to come on to the show today. So normally I might try to wear like an Air Max because it is March, but knowing that he was coming on the show and then seeing that Sean had worn his white cement threes, I busted out some black cement threes just to have some yin yang going on.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Very
nice.
Because I went to supper just before the podcast recording. So that's what happened on my feet. And it was great. It's kind of slushy here today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still kind of slushy, kind of
wet. We're still dealing with winter up here in our parts.
We dried out today. I kind of wore.
Oh, good.
I wore some tights underneath my shorts because I wanted to wear just shorts, but it wasn't quite warm enough yet. But maybe tomorrow and Wednesday's supposed to be in the 60s, so I'll venture into the shorts.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're definitely in Montreal. We're definitely not there yet.
Yeah, I know you guys.
We're not much further north than you, but it seems like we are.
I know.
It's like
we get that extended winter. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Now, Chris, were your Blacksmith 3 the 2018 release?
2018.
Okay.
The 2011s have no back tab. One of the shoes have the top back tab.
Okay, that's you can't do that. No, that's not a good look.
Yeah, now that's crazy how shoes nowadays don't last as long. And I have some of the older version. Up to 2005, I would say 2005 is when the quality started going down a little bit as far as the longevity of the shoes lasting.
Yes, I agree.
Material wise.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like my 2003 white cement threes, I wear them with no problem. They're barely even yellowed, the heel tabs, and they're everybody who people were commenting, I have the 2011 version, and the heel tabs are cracking, and this is cracking, and I'm like, that's because that's that, like you said, there's that sort of era, the 2005, 6 to 2014, 15, that whole chunk there. The materials were just not good.
Well, I wasn't the first owner of this pair of sneakers. Like when I bought them, they were worn. So I don't know what the previous guy did. Maybe that helped in like the deterioration.
Right. But the 2018 version, you got those new, right?
Oh, those I got new. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's only been 4 years.
That's true.
What is your threshold for, like, let's say today, 2022? How far back would you say it's okay for you to buy shoes, like that you will allow yourself to go back?
To go back to buy a shoe?
How old of a shoe is still kind of tiptoeing the line from it's just gonna get destroyed when it lands, or?
Do you, Mark? Do you go back and buy older pairs, or do you normally?
Oh
yeah,
definitely. If it's an older pair that I don't have that I'm looking for, I had previously, because I went through a situation where I had to get rid of 100 pair in my collection. Some of them I weren't able to get back, but if it's something that I want that's older, I don't necessarily buy it to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
I buy it just to have in my collection, but it has to be in my size, if that makes sense. I just like to collect things in my size, unless it's something that's super rare that I couldn't get. Like I got a pair of the Harold Miner 10s.
Wow. The
Chicago version,
right?
When he was with the Miami Heat, and that's a friends and family pair in a size 10. So I couldn't pass that.
You can't pass that up, no.
Just for the collection.
Of course, yeah. But I'm the same way. I can't bring myself to buy a shoe that even though I have no intention of wearing it because of whatever condition it's in. I can't bring myself to go, okay, I like that shoe, so I'll buy it in whatever size I can get it in. It has to be my size, even though I'm not going to wear it.
Right.
It's just like a mindset, I guess, a mental mindset. Yeah, I can't do it.
For that, I've kind of like increased my wearable range.
Yeah.
Like 10 is my most comfortable, but I'll go down to 9.5 if I have to, or go up to 10.5 if I have to.
At least if it's in a range, though, right? Because I know some people who collect vintage sneakers, especially, or specifically, they'll go. Some people will go any. Doesn't matter what size they can get it in. Yeah, it's they're like 6 to 18, whatever they can get the shoe in, because they want to have that shoe. But I don't know. I can't do that. I can't. It has to be my size.
Well, I get
or around my size at least. If it's like 11 to 12, 12 and a half, something like that. But it can't be like a 7 or a 10 or a 10 even, or something. It has to be something I could put my foot in.
Yeah, right. Well, getting it in your size makes it more yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
And I feel lucky with my PEs that all the PEs that I collected, the players are my size.
Yeah.
And plus, I like to wear them. I know that's crazy to hear somebody say that they wear a PE or a shoe a player actually wore on court, but they're sneakers. To me, they're meant to be worn. And to say that I wore a shoe that a player played in an NBA game in, I think it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool too.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, let's move on to our favorite segment. It's called New Shoes. You did it a bit different.
You have to understand, Mark doesn't understand that Mike, our usual MC, started this trend where we yell new shoes, and whenever he's not on the pod, we all have to pick up the mantle. It's like none of us can do it like him. So.
Yeah. And I didn't want to like scare you off the pod, the recording.
Yeah.
Like, right off the bat. You're like,
I can see you were holding back, Chris. I can see Chris was holding back. I didn't sign up for
this. So basically, it's any new shoes that you've picked up recently. I have a few pairs. Sean, do you want to start us off?
I'll go quick because I only have one pair. This week I'm very excited, and I think this might be an earlier release than the States got. I don't think the States has these yet. I think they come out more towards the end of the month. But I was able to get here in Canada. We got the Air Jordan 36 in the black and infrared colorway.
Yeah. Wow.
And these are like super dope in person. These are really, really nice in person. And I'm glad they came out with a colorway that's an homage to the original model, right? The 6, because they haven't really been doing that with the newer models lately. But to see the black infrared 6 on a new infrared 6 on a new sneakers, the colorways on a new sneaker is really, really cool to see. It's and really in nice. Person, the pictures and the like on camera does not do it justice. The infrared really pops in person. It's really, really nice. So
I was going to say it does. I see the Nike Air branding also, right? On the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah,
I'm surprised they released it this late in the season.
Yeah, it's true. You'd think that that colorway would have been up at the front. Well, I guess Yeah, because they've been doing the initial launch like in the fall, right? Lately, but back when these initially came out, or the 6s that they released in February. So I guess this is a kind of an opportune time, or a good time for this colorway to release, because that's when they would have released back in the day, right? But actually now we're a year later because it's actually 2022. But anyway, happy to have them. I love the colorway. So
I'll go next. We'll save Bostic for last because I figure it should be fun. I got in the mail a package from Under Armour. It was like a bunch of apparel and a training shoe. It's called there it is. It's the Under Armour Tri-Base Rain 4 Pro. So usually they send me basketball sneakers, but
is this a casual sneaker? What is it? Or is it a workout sneaker? What is it?
Yeah, like a workout sneaker.
I
don't know if it's like because they're trying to tell me something. Like they've seen my pictures of me on Instagram and they're like, "Hey, Chris, maybe
you need to work out some more.
Maybe spend a bit more time in the gym."
Yeah.
Shout out to Under Armour for those. I thought I didn't have any new pickups, but I did get some stuff, and I'll explain why I thought I didn't get any new pickups. First of them is another pair of the Air Max 3, if you want to call them.
3 or
Air Max 90 infrared.
Another pair? Is this your third pair?
No. So if you recall, I had 2 pairs. One person asked me if I would like sell them 1 pair. I was like, yeah, I have 2 pairs. I don't really need 2 pairs.
Right.
Trade me one of your Air Max 93s. That was a trade.
Right.
But I kept wearing the Air Max 90 that I had because I like the shape so much, and I don't clean them often. I clean them every now and then. It's cool to see like the midsole go clean white when I do.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just find another pair just so I feel safe with wearing the pair that it's already on feet. So that's what happened there.
Oh, that's a classic. You can't go wrong with that.
I like that colorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this other pickup that I also kind of forgot that I had, it's another pair of Kobe 5 in the Bruce Lee alternate colorway. Very happy I got these. And it is a multiple. And I think that is part of the reason I forgot I got them. Because they're not like a new shoe that I'd never owned. It's just a multiple pair. So it's going to help us further down the podcast.
Exactly,
yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let's get to the good part. Mr. JumpmanBostic, any new shoes recently?
Well, just the Cardinal 3.
Those are nice.
I got that. That is really nice. The material on there is really nice. You want me to grab it?
Sure.
You guys, let's see. And I have a pretty cool
We're getting an
story.
impromptu. You guys have to watch it on YouTube because
We're
getting an impromptu tour of the.
I was trying to see if basement. I could flip the camera to do it without just turning around.
All right.
Okay.
Dude.
This is it. And this is kind of how it goes. It starts with the 1s.
Oh, man.
There's Sean's favorites.
There it is. There they are.
The 2s. Then the wall just goes around all the way.
That's
all the way
crazy.
around. But look at the material on these.
Those are super nice.
Yeah.
Those are super nice.
The tumble leather is super nice on that. Really dope. So I saved some room for it, so they have their own little spot there already.
Very nice.
And I also have the Rebellionaire.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming. So shout out to Phenom Global for including me. I don't know, Sean, if you saw
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
They reached out to me to find out what my Rebellionaire moment was. And it was really in college, I wore Adidas top 10.
Yeah.
First 2 years, we wore Nikes.
Right.
And then we had a coaching change and we went to Adidas. I broke my ankle. I had the red shirt 1 year and I couldn't wait to get out of those doggone Adidas, man. So I was sneaking and wearing those and, and when you're in college, you have a contract with a company. You have track suits, you have running shoes. You have to wear their stuff during the season. So once the season was over, I'm like, I'm done with this. This is my senior year. I'm done. You know, I won't be back next year, so I can wear what I want to wear. So
that's right.
That's when I started with the black and red ones. But
very cool. Yeah,
those are my two. But I've been missing a lot. You know, I don't know about you guys, but here in the States, it's a lot of reselling going on. I didn't get to play off 12s.
It's been tough.
Know, the UNC 6s and people asking for reviews. I don't have them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay $500.
No.
It's not going to happen.
It's been tough up here too. I think probably tougher in the States for you guys because I think your market is so much bigger. Right. But even here, it's been tough because the numbers that we get here are lower to start with in terms of how many pairs each store gets. So it's definitely been tough. I was lucky enough to get the playoff 12s. So I'll be showing those next week on the pod. But yeah, it's been real out here. It's been a real struggle out here trying to pick stuff up. Yeah,
especially for people who really want them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Who are going to wear them, who know the history of them. It's like that doesn't matter now. It's just it's all about your following, all about it. If people are tuned in to you, whether you know about the shoe or not.
Yeah,
that's all these companies care about. They don't care anything about people who actually have the passion for collecting.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because it's where a lot of people are getting, you know, like there are a lot of people who want to just genuinely buy the shoes and keep the shoes and wear the shoes, and they seem to be having a harder time finding them. And it's funny when I'll hear kids say, I got, you know, and I got this pair and I got them for retail. What a bonus that was. Like, as though it's such a strange phenomenon to get something at retail, but like nowadays it kind of is. Kids are paying whatever they have to get sneakers, I guess, nowadays. I know people, you know, I have colleagues who have teenage kids, and these kids are buying shoes $600, $700, and like it's nothing because they all flip. They all flip, right? So they're buying a pair of sneakers, but then they're flipping it for $600 and buying a $500 pair, and then, you know, it's like the Wild West out here. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I think one of our advantages now in Canada is stores are starting to open up more, right? More capacity. And then they're pushing some releases back to in-store versus online. So you won't know, but like your random Foot Locker in the suburbs is going to get like a run of sneakers that you were looking for.
Right. I think that's the key right now is like, just check out. So everybody assumes that you can only get stuff online. I don't know why. It's like sneakers app or nothing. It's like, that's the only thing they seem to go to. Yeah. But if you check your local stores out, oftentimes, I think I saw Mike Rich, is a great YouTuber also. He was talking about that this weekend. He's saying, hit your local Foot Lockers, your local DTLRs, whatever, you know, stores you have in your mall, because they're getting pairs in and people aren't going in to get them because they think you can only get them online. So check out your local malls and stuff.
Yeah. Even boutiques.
That's how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, before the internet. Exactly. That was the fun of just going to the mall and they have some shoes and you just buy them right there on the spot. Exactly.
Or going in months later, you know, going in months after they released. Like, you talk about the black infrared 6s. I got those in 91. I got the black, they released in February. I think I got them maybe June or July. And I just kept going back to the store. I think I'll get them next time, maybe next month. Maybe. And you could do that. You could go walk in months later and cop your size without any issues. And it wasn't like people were frowning on, this release is a failure because it's been sitting for so long. No, it's because that's the way it was supposed to be. You could go in, you could try it on, you could walk around the store. Give me a smaller size, give me a bigger size, whatever. I may try some out. Now it's like you take whatever size you can get now. You know, and it's crazy if you can get it at all. So it's a different world for sure.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to our next.
Sorry for the tangent.
That was good.
Right.
I like it. Keep it going.
Double tangent.
Yeah, double tangent.
Right. Wait. Did you have anything else picked up? No. Rebellionaire and the Cardinal 3s.
Yeah, that's it for now.
Cool.
Yeah. Nice pickups. Despite all of us on the podcast liking and loving the Cardinal 3s, I don't think any of us picked it up.
No.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Yo, it looks good. It looks good. Like the quality's great." Yeah.
I think there was just too much other stuff that I wanted around that release that I couldn't do it at the time. Maybe I'll try to go back sometimes.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
There's so much you gotta pick and choose.
Exactly.
Now, back in the day, it was 2 shoes.
It's
Regular season,
that's right.
playoffs.
That's right. And especially now with people, everything being delayed, with shipments being delayed and stuff, like there's like different stores are getting shipments later, and so it's like all of a sudden you'll have one weekend where not only is the actual like whatever we're supposed to release that weekend is releasing, but stuff that was supposed to release a month ago is all of a sudden they got those in. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's again it's a mess.
All of a sudden the store has like Jordan 11 Cool Grays. You're like, what?
Exactly. That happened up here. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel like, okay, I know you two might understand this. Do you guys get exhausted? There's like the frequency of big releases or quote unquote big releases has increased so much. Mm-hmm. It didn't used to be every week there was something.
And now it feels like there's something big releasing every week for sure. Yeah.
No way to prep for it.
You can't keep up with that.
Let's move on to flooding our feeds. What's been flooding our feeds lately? It's a bit Jordan heavy. I won't lie to you guys.
Okay? That makes sense then.
Right. The Jordan 13 Del Sol slated for March 19th. You guys get a look at this sneaker, with the images of this sneaker. What do you think about it? Mostly white, Jordan 13 with some yellow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Mark, is that going to be added to the basement or no? I don't think so. I didn't think so.
Not for me. I don't like everything that releases, contrary to what people think. I have 1,340 pair, right?
Wow.
Counting the Rebellionaires. They're not here yet, but I know they're coming.
They're coming, yeah.
People think I have every shoe that released. There's no way they would fit down here, but I don't like everything that releases. I pick and choose what I like, and that's not one that I'm looking to get. Those colors don't appeal to me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the same page. They're not really doing anything for me. Yeah. And it's funny because I have probably a little more than a third of the amount of pairs that Mark has. I have about, I think, maybe 600 pairs, and people think the same thing of me. They think I own every pair of Jordans. Like if I post a picture with, I'll post like a big picture for whatever the twos. I have like 20-something pairs of twos or 30 pairs of twos, and they're like, "Where's this pair? Where's that pair? What about that pair? I'm missing that pair." Like, I don't own every pair of twos. They are my favorite sneaker, but not every colorway is my favorite.
Right.
And I also don't have. I also don't have unlimited money. So I can't be
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so the Jordan 13 Del Sol, no, not a buying one. All right, how about the Jordan 13 UNC? This is announced to be coming out December 29.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like that one?
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have the CP3 version of the Jordan 13?
Yes.
Do you find it
I do.
similar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I find it similar. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have the white version of the CP3. I have the blue and the black. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything. I know Chris is a Duke fan, so he won't talk about this one, but anything UNC related is a nice colorway.
Second favorite team behind Michigan. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually like it because it reminds me of the CP3.
Whoa,
Mr. Duke.
Like, okay, in my defense, I saw the image before reading the caption. So I saw the picture, like, those are nice. And then I read
Then you saw UNC.
I'm like,
and said, what did I just do?
What did I do? I'm lying to myself. Okay. How about the Jordan 1 OG High Yellow Toe? So it's like the color blocking of a shattered backboard, but with yellow.
With the yellow instead, yeah. I mean, they're nice, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not into it either. Yeah. I don't know if it's the yellow. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm realizing I'm not really a yellow fan of yellow. Maybe that's what it is.
How about a vintage black toe instead of that?
Right. That would make a little bit more sense.
Or the black toe with the black tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that the people want.
Yes.
While you creating shoes, create something that people really will be passionate about.
I feel like they hold back stuff to like release they give you like something close to it so that you sort of start to salivate about that. Like, what if we get that at some? But then it's like they're waiting too long to release all this. Like, how long is this trend going to go that they give you something kind of like cool, and then later we'll get to the, like you said, the black toe or or an 85 cut Chicago or whatever. It's
Well,
they're
like
starting.
your theory.
Yeah.
I
In their defense, they're starting to.
They are. They are. Yeah, for sure they are.
A little bit per year, they're trickling it in.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this year alone, they're giving us the fire red 3s that are supposed to be a truer form to the OG.
My God. Yeah.
We're getting a sort of vintage looking Chicago one. We're getting the OG 2 is coming. So it's going to be a big year. Yeah, it's going to be a big end of the year this year. So they definitely are giving us some stuff and
that might
doing
be
it
the
well.
reason why they're holding back some of the stuff that they know that people want.
Yeah,
because they won't have anything left for the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Exactly. Well, that's what they do. And if you look at the Chicago that's releasing, it's not going to be the 85 cut. It's going to be sort of an improved high OG cut, a little bit of vintage. So people are going to think, well, now eventually they're going to come out with the Chicago 85 cut. I want that, but they're like lining stuff up for years in advance. So it's like if you can be patient, I guess you have to wait around, and eventually everything will release.
Yeah,
I'm almost 60, so I guess I'll have to be 85. Still trying to get.
I hear you. I'll be 50 in a couple of years. It'll be a year and a half, and I was just praying that they didn't release the OG 2s before. I wanted them to come up before I turned 50. So at least that's happening.
I don't want to cut into the show, but Sean, I'm so glad that we talked, and I'm so glad about the 2s, man.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I was so happy for you, man.
Thank you.
You were so deserving, bro.
Oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. It's been fun to hear when any news about 2s comes out. I've mentioned this on the pod before, but people always hit me up as though like it's being done for me.
Yeah, you're the ambassador of the 2s, man.
Apparently, I am. It's very flattering.
You are.
It's very flattering. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
So, after seeing what's happening with the 2s, do you hope to see the same thing happening with 8s? Like, I know they get love, right? But
no, not really. But when they release, they will.
Yeah. Like the red pull tab.
And not got to be the red pull tab.
Yep.
but now people are starting to get up steam because it's coming up on that anniversary. So now people like the 2s. Oh, I like the 2s now, and all the different models that are coming out. You never heard people talking about the 2s.
No, never, never.
Yeah,
except for me.
Show your 2 collection if you're really into 2s.
Yeah, or they'll dust off the one pair they got 15 years ago and never wore.
Yeah. I sold them. I really didn't like them then, but I do now. But
I've been on the 2s. Though.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And even a path where they run a few collaborations with a Jordan 8, that'd be great for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to have my own Jordan 8.
Oh yeah, and no one's more deserving.
Sean would want his own Jordan.
I would love that too. I would love that too. But yeah.
It'll probably never happen, but
it will never happen.
But
I still want that.
But the sneaker fans, I think, would really buy into that.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I've had people. I'm sure Sean has said, "Man, they should make your own too."
Yeah.
There are people who said they should make my own 8.
Yeah,
because I've been talking about it so long.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. All that said, I do like the Jordan 1 Yellowtail.
Yeah, but you were just saying that you're not so much into the Jordan 1s anymore, though. Before the pod,
before the recording, yeah. But okay, I like it because I like the new love a lot, like the Jordan 1 mid.
Yes.
So the yellow Jordan 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't see many that I feel like that I like the way they color block it. This one I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if someone tricked me or not, but someone took a picture of that yellow toe next to the shattered backboard pair. And I go, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And I don't know if they tweaked the colors a bit to make it look like they're similar.
Right. The color blocking is definitely nice.
Right.
I just don't feel it. Like there's nothing pulling me towards it. I'm not not that I don't dislike it. I just It's like
maybe as we get closer to the release date, which is August 13th, I might just say, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
How about this? Jordan 6 in the white navy, May 11th.
Oh, yes.
Yes, those are nice.
Seinfeld.
That's right. Exactly.
Yes.
The Seinfeld sixes. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, and people who know,
Yeah.
Sean.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I think we're old enough to know, though. Most of the kids don't know, but yeah.
But see, back then you had to be watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have YouTube. You have all these other platforms where you can watch the reruns of shows where we didn't have that back then. If you missed it, you missed it.
Yeah.
There wasn't any reruns.
If you were lucky to get it record the episode on VHS or something, then you were lucky.
Yes.
But otherwise, you were watching it live on Thursday night at 9 o'clock or whatever time it was on. Yep. And you were looking to see what Jerry was wearing.
Yeah.
Are you looking to see what Dwayne Wayne is wearing on A Different World? That was the show that for me was you see they wore him and Ron wore everything on that show. But
Will Smith.
Exactly. Fresh Prince. Yeah.
He's a
Martin.
Fives guy.
Yeah.
Martin. Yeah.
All those shows. You would catch everything on the show, and that's how we got to see sneak peeks of these sneakers. It was a different time. But we digress. We're on a tangent again.
No, I love it. I like it a lot.
I think it's me. It's me.
No, I'm going there with you. I'm going there right with you.
You don't know how long Sean has been waiting to get those two other guys off the episode to get you in, man.
Usually right now I'm sort of tuned out because they're talking about Yeezys and other New Balance.
Sean is my guy. We chat a little bit.
Yeah.
A couple of times a week with DMs and
sure.
We're like my Canadian brother, my American brother.
That's right. We're on the same mindset for sure.
Yeah.
For me, the Jordan 6 Navy was the one of the, how there was like a run of Jordan 6 that were too old to get? Because if you bought it, most likely it's going to crumble if you bought them.
Yes. Yeah.
The Navy pair was the pair for me. Like,
really?
Was like, oh my God. If this one ever releases, and I even considered buying a pair on eBay, knowing full well that if I wore them, they might. I love something.
So you're gonna go for these then? You're gonna get these?
I like them a lot, man. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You like them a lot.
Yeah.
And they Duke colorways too.
I mean, it's just dark enough, right, to get away from the UNC.
That's right.
This end of the spectrum, man.
That's right.
Clear.
Now I have an older pair of those, and they're not wearable.
No.
So yes, I'm looking forward to those.
But they're beautiful.
Sure.
I feel like that shoe to just look at. Oh.
Yeah.
The colors are just right. It's not too much.
Yeah.
It's not over the top.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, those two go together.
Yeah. Awesome.
Agreed.
We mentioned this one before. Jordan 1 high in the 85 cut Georgetown colorway. I need to know your
I
thoughts
love
on
it.
this.
I love it, but I don't know. I shouldn't say I love it. I really like it. I don't know that I'll be too disappointed if I don't get it. I don't know why, but I'd like to sort of get all the 85 cuts because, I've got the other one, so I kind of want to get this one, but I don't know. It's a nice, I like they've done the tongue looks a little bit vintaged somehow. And it's a great colorway, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to try for them, obviously, but I don't know if I'll be that disappointed if I don't get them. Mark, you're obviously going to try to get them.
I don't have the originals. Right. And after I saw Big Banksy _011, shout out to him for helping me get the Virgil 2s in the blue and the black. He looked out for me and actually took time out of his day. I mean, hours out of his day.
Didn't he travel? He traveled on the train like an hour to get them?
Man. Yeah. Like 2 hours each way. I couldn't believe it that he reached out to me to do that.
He's a good guy, for sure.
Yeah. Very good guy. But I would like those 85 Georgetowns. Part of the history too of Mike's first ever championship.
Right.
Yeah.
Beating Georgetown. So I need a pair of those,
Yeah. It's a good tie-in. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely.
Very nice.
All right. Jordan 13 Navy. I brought this one up. This is supposed to come out April 30th. It's, for those who haven't seen the image, it's there's a low version that's been out for like
years.
But now they're making it a high.
Yeah, the Midnight Navy. Yeah.
Now there's two of them. They had original and a retro.
Yep.
Right.
Of the mids.
Right.
The mids. Yep.
Yeah, very nice.
I own a pair of the retros. and I love them. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about the high.
Me either. That's one, like some shoes I have to hold in hand, see in person, not actually somebody else with it. I need to, to personally hold it is to see if I really want it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure on that one right now. That's why I hold it in hand.
Because my brain's too used to seeing it like
in a low.
Low. Yeah. But I'm with you, Mark. Sometimes I often people ask me, what are your thoughts on whatever release? And so a lot of times I need to see it in person before I can make a decision. I can't seeing it in a picture. Sometimes a picture will do it for me. Obviously, sometimes pictures. Yes. Chris takes a lot of good photos. When he's not taking pictures of Yeezys, he's taking good pictures. But sometimes you have to see it in hand. You have to see it in hand, and it's, I agree. It's one of those sneakers I'm going to have to see in hand before I make a decision. Especially when you're used to seeing it in a low.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then they change it and make it into a higher version. I really want to see it in hand first.
Yes. Since we're on the topic, you saw the picture of the Jordan 11 Cherry, like that's coming out during the holidays.
Blake Griffin. Yeah.
Yes. Blake Griffin PE. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like those? That. Yeah.
Of course.
I like those.
Red is my favorite color. Yeah. Anything red and white or black and red, I pretty much like it.
It's a go.
Same. Yeah. It's definitely a go.
Okay, this shoe, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the Jordan 2 is coming out in the OG form in October of this year.
They bumped it up. It was supposed to be holiday season. It was supposed to be December, and it's been bumped up to October, which is my birthday month. So
look at that.
I'm not saying it's a coincidence or something, but I don't know.
Hey.
Nice. We're gonna add this to the rundown every week until October.
I'm gonna make you add it to the rundown.
A few minutes to share your thoughts, Sean, about the shoe.
Have you guys heard the Jordan 2 is coming back in the OG form every week?
Yeah.
Very exciting. I'm telling you, I haven't seen detailed images, but I've seen sneak peeks, and it's exciting. It's very exciting. They've gotten the shape down. Like, oh my God. It's the closest thing to the OG I've ever seen.
Do you think there's your level of excitement is too high now? Like, do you need to dial it down?
No, it's not high enough.
Yeah?
It's not high enough.
Okay.
keep them coming.
Keep them coming. People keep asking me, how many pairs do you want? How many pairs are you gonna get? As many pairs as I can get my hands on.
Is that?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's my favorite sneaker of all time. This is the one that started it for me. So I need as many as I can get.
Right. Okay. Well, it's right there. How many pairs did you want to get? It's basically a great lead into our topic this week, which is about doubling up, or what some do, more than doubling up, tripling up, quadrupling up, whatever you want to call it, of one particular colorway, of one particular shoe. I think Bostic is a good guest for this discussion as well. Do you have a lot of doubles or triples of certain sneakers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. All of what people consider the iconic shoes, I've had pretty much every release of, like the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, especially all of the 11s, except for in the playoffs, I didn't get the 2012s because of all of the violence that was going on with sneakers. Right. I bypassed those, but people say, why do you keep getting the same shoe? It's because of the makeup of the shoe, the materials. Right. I like to do comparison videos of the materials, the height, how they do the aesthetics of the shoe and everything like that. So, and then some of them aren't wearable. Some of them have been retired, and then you get a fresh pair and you wear them.
And so for Sean and Bostic, if you're buying a shoe but like of a different release year, do you consider that like a double up, or it's totally different?
For me, I think it's a different shoe. I look at it as a different shoe because it's like Mark was saying, there's a lot of, they might be subtle, but there's a lot of differences usually. The height, the stitching, they could change a slight color, the shade of red somewhere.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that we psychos will fixate on, and will understand that this is a completely different release. It might be the same shoe, quote unquote, but it's not. It's for me, it's a different. That's like I said, I got the playoff 12s coming in. I have the last release. I didn't get the 2012 version of that, but I do have the 2002 pairs of the 2004 version. And I thought, do I need another to double up again on this release? It's my favorite pair of 12s, so I said yes. But to me, the shape will be different. I'm sure the materials will feel different. The material looks a little bit stiffer than the 2004 release. I don't know the OGs, but which I know is much obviously better. But there are so many ways that these shoes are different. Yes, they might be the same colorway technically, but to me, it's a different release altogether.
Yeah. Agreed. Like the 2008 playoff 11s, right? In the countdown pack.
Yeah. Oh,
terrible.
Trash. Terrible.
Those were trash. But then the next release, 2012?
12, yeah.
I didn't get those, but then I got the next two. So,
right.
And then, with the 4 or 5 on the back, you had to.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't look at it as a double up. I look at them like Sean said, it's its own individual shoe. A double up is buying the same shoe they release, and you stack the boxes on top of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful sight.
That is a double up. And I just don't do that. I buy one to wear. I don't buy, as they say, one to rock, one to stock. I don't do that personally.
Right.
Okay.
I don't have that anything against anybody who does, but I just buy one pair.
Whereas I do that. I do occasionally will. I mean, it's been well documented on the podcast when Chris and I went at it with the Tinker 3s, and I bought 4 and Chris bought 3. I still won that battle. But sometimes a sneaker, I love a sneaker so much, I need multiples of it, whether it's to rock, stock, whatever. Yeah. I love it so much. I want more than one. I want to know that I'm going to have a pair that's pristine on a shelf, and one that I can beat the hell out of. So that's just how I roll.
Okay. And I get that. It just has never been for me.
Yeah. Well, and you wear, like you said, you wear everything, right? You're getting NBA player PEs and you're wearing those. That's what's amazing.
So I do have one double up though. I do. So let me take that back. It's the Last Shot 14.
Yes.
I do have a double up of that. And that is the reason why that was the last shoe he wore as a Chicago Bull.
Right.
So that
special
is
shoe.
Yeah, that was, and the reason for that is that was the last shot.
Yeah.
And that shoe I'll never wear. I look at it right here in the glass case, and
nice.
Never wear that.
So if you're wearing, let's say you're wearing the countdown pack Jordan 11 playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. So you're wearing them, and then you get the newer release version. How long do you wait before you wear the newer release? Or do you just jump right into it?
I jump into it for the video.
Right.
Just so I can show people how they look. I like to do my videos like that. When I first started doing my videos, not many people were showing on feet. They would just show the shoe.
Yeah.
So I like to say what I take straight to the foot game, and I just like to show people a look of it on feet and in hand. The 2008, I'll never wear again. They're just sitting in that box.
They're terrible.
They hurt my feet really bad.
I put them on one time. I had gotten the 2008 from the countdown pack, and then I got the 2012, and I hadn't worn the 2008 yet. And I thought, okay, well, now's my chance. I have another colorway of that sneaker. I can feel safe to wear, because that was the first pair of playoff 11s I'd ever gotten. It's a long story, but I'd gotten the 2001 version, but I found out later that it was fake, and I got scammed. Having said that, so I got the 2008 version. I was ready to wear them. I put them on in my house, and I thought, I can't wear these. I can't wear them. They were like wood.
Bricks.
They were bricks. It was like wearing it was like strapping pieces of wood to your feet. They were terrible. Yes. So I put them back in the box, and I busted out the 2012 version, and I wore those. But oh man, they're terrible. Yes. Terrible.
But
probably
the 12s,
one of the worst releases ever.
The 12s in that pack were great.
The 12s are great. Comfortable. Yes. Yeah. It's funny how that worked. How bad the 11s were, but the 12s were great. Yeah.
So getting the newer version of a pair that's already released, is it like an exceptional event, or that's just regular happenings for you guys? Like it just has to
get as excited about it, you mean?
No, I mean, do you have to like think more, put more thought into it, or for you it's like, no, it just has to happen? Like, okay, I'll make an exception and get a second pair of the shoe, or like, no, it just has to happen.
It has to happen for me. If you see my videos, it's like it's my first pair of shoes. With every pickup I get, that's just me, because to me each shoe is different. And to see it for the first time, especially if it's something that you like, the excitement is there because your love and passion for sneakers is there. So to me, each pickup has its own love to me.
Okay.
I agree. It doesn't matter how many times I've gotten the same colorway over the several releases over the years. If I get that colorway again, if it's one of my favorite colorways, if it's a colorway I love, then I love. It's the same thing. I take it out of the box. I examine it. I get those same feelings. I'm remembering things like when I wore that back in the high school or whatever, or watching MJ play in this particular colorway or that model, or it's that seems to never go away for me. And I think Mark is that's what he's saying is the same for him. But it's never feels like, okay, it's just another pair to add to the pile. It always feels there's something special about getting a new pair of a pair you love.
All right.
Exactly.
So I know Bostic mentioned how there's like the playoff 11 pairs that you kind of skipped, and then you just got the newer version that came out. What goes into that decision? Is it just the market, or is it really just you deciding, no, the pair that I have right now can last a bit longer? Sean, I don't know if you've ever bypassed any year releases and just focused on whenever it's going to come back out.
Yeah. My OGs of the playoff 12s were a pair I had to get rid of with the situation. I had the 2004s, and there were money situations with the other releases. And this one has to do with the bots and the resellers. So, my family comes first.
Right.
If I don't have the cash to get them, I just have to wait. And now my kids are going to be 15 and 16 and driving soon. And here in Michigan, once they turn 16 and are able to drive, insurance automatically kicks in for them to drive.
Oh,
wow.
So, and that skyrockets.
Yeah,
sure. Young drivers. So,
of course. Yeah, wow.
So sneakers, they, I really pick and choose nowadays what I want. Back in the day when it's just me and my wife, or, and the kids were younger, they didn't need as much. Now they laptops. Now they're into sneakers. My son is into LeBrons. My daughter loves Jordan 1s. And so I'd rather take care of them than take care of myself. I have enough to wear,
right.
So I look out for them first. So it's money for me at this point. To be 100. I'm not rich like that.
Yeah.
I work every day.
Yeah.
I'm retired from one job, and the retirement obviously isn't enough for me to live on, that I still have to work. So
right.
And plus, look, gas is, I don't know how much gas is in Canada, but it's almost $5 here in Michigan.
You would freak out if you knew how much it costs there. We're closing on like over $8 a gallon compared to about $8 a gallon here.
$8 Canadian,
yeah, Canadian, but it's up there.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. So that's what it is for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and for me, there's been times similar to Mark. There's been times where, financially speaking, I've had to skip over releases, or I thought, okay, I have a release that's similar to that enough that I don't really need this one. I have to be smart financially. I remember when the Concord 11s came back out in 2011, I had recently gotten, a few years earlier, I had doubled up on the DMP 11s, although that whole pack. And so they were close enough to a Concord 11. I thought, I don't really need the Concord 11, because I was rationalizing stuff in my brain. And I wasn't making a lot of money at the time, so I really couldn't rationalize getting a pair that was so close to the Concords, to the DMP. Nowadays, it would have been a no-brainer. I would have bought it. I bought multiples. Not that I'm any richer, but I'm married. We have two incomes. We have no kids. There's a bit, financially we're better off. But there's sometimes it is just a financial situation. Sometimes it's just like I said before. Sometimes it's just a matter of there's too many releases coming out. I have to skip something. I can't get one. I can't get everything. So you got to You got to pick and choose sometimes.
Yeah,
but it's not that. It's not that we don't want them.
No, exactly.
It's definitely not that.
Oh, that's definitely not that.
All right. Is there any guilt felt when you're buying a shoe that technically you already have, even though it's like another release year?
Never. Not for
Zero.
me anyway. Zero guilt.
Zero.
I like that. That's where we all, bond.
I don't live with regrets.
Guilt.
I live with no regrets.
Yeah.
Zero.
What happens to the role of a sneaker when a new one comes out? Now, I'll explain. So let's say you have two shoes, right? Different release years, same colorway, and then the newer version's about to come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Sean, let's say the OG 2s come out, you're gonna get a pair. What happens to the 2004?
Yeah.
What happens to the meaning of that shoe when the new one supposedly is more accurate to like the OG release?
Yeah, well, the 2004 will be retired. First of all, just based on the age alone, even if I want to wear it, it's still wearable, but it's like for how much longer. So, but I would always take. It depends, I guess. I don't know. If the older shoe is still wearable, I might wear it sometimes, but I'm always about the new for me. Like if I get something new, I want to wear the new one. Doesn't matter how many pairs I have prior. It's I love to wear that new pair of sneakers and get those on feet pretty quick.
Right. Is there something similar for you, Bostic, in terms of like what happens to the older release?
I'm kind of the opposite of Sean. I'm gonna go to the Lightning 4s. Right?
Yes.
I have the 2006 pair. So I would rather wear those because people would think it's the newer version.
Right.
And that's just to see if people can tell the difference of the newer version, the older version. The older version is a darker color of the yellow compared to the newer version. But I prefer to wear my older shoes. Like when I wear my older shoes, people tend to recognize them more than the newer shoes. But then when I put on the newer shoes, those bring some joy too, because it's a fresher pair. They're newer, they're cleaner. They don't have the wear and tear on them. So it's both. I like to wear both. As long as both of them are still wearable, I'll wear one, and then the next time I'll flip up or switch up and wear the newer version.
Oh man, I don't have that ability. I don't have.
That's what's cool about being in it. As long as I've been in it, I have some of that are from the OGs to the most recent releases, and I get to show that and do videos on that, and people who are into that type of history really get into the videos and the sneakers like that.
Okay. Yeah, Mark was one of the first people I think I ever saw do that on his YouTube channel. Really go in depth into the differences between each release, and I always enjoyed that about his channel.
100%. Oh, we'll talk about that a bit later. Okay, last question about this topic: pros and cons of having either doubling up or having re-releases of different years. If you guys can think of anything, I can give you a quick pro.
Yeah.
In terms of, let's say, you can't access, or right now the situation isn't good for me, or the release was too hard for me to get this particular shoe. I feel like these days, if you bide your time, eventually the shoe will come back around. So you might have a bit of like missing out, sentiments, but eventually it's going to come back.
They'll come back and probably come back better than it was before. Or,
it's not the end of the line. There's always something else that's going to come out, or you'll catch it in a different version. So that's a pro for me.
I think I mean, I said before, the pro for me in terms of doubling up on a specific release like that I get two of that current release is obviously, like I said, having one saved for later on, or just keeping one pristine, or if one, like I wanted this 2003 White Cement 3 that I wore today, I actually tripled up when it released. And so I've left one at my parents' house in Florida. So when I go down there, I rock that one. I've beaten the hell out of that one. I have one that I wear here, and I have one that's on ice, and that looks still pristine. So it's just having knowing that I've got one that's perfect still is always going to be a plus, a pro for me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the pros. I've waited, missed releases, and said, okay, I'm gonna go back and get it. And there's some I've been able to go back and get, and there's some that have increased in their value. And I still haven't been able to get them because I'm not gonna pay that much money for them. So it is a risk that you take if you don't get it. But if you don't have the money or the financial ability to get them at that time, I don't really worry about it. You know, but if it comes around, and I've been lucky to find some things on eBay that are steals, that people might be in a money crunch, and there's people that hit me with DMs sometimes that I've been able to get some shoes at a very good price. You know, like the DB5s I got at a super steal. I had them before, and Sean, I traded Mr. Spotty.
Yes. Yeah.
His pair was too big. I traded my size 13 for his 14. And then I traded another pair to a guy who was getting married, who wanted to get married in those. And he hit me up and he said, man, what? And I ended up getting his Brazil pack. And I traded him my DB5s for that, just because he wanted to get married in them. But then I got the 5s back. So things do come in circles, like you said.
Sure.
So, you know, I just wanted to bless him for his marriage, and he was happy. I was happy with the Brazil pack, you know. So, and people look at, well, he won. He won what?
Yeah.
He got something he wanted. I got something I wanted.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
People are, again, they go back to, they're thinking about the value of each sneaker, and it's so ridiculous. Yeah, it's not about that.
No,
at all.
No,
not to us, not to people who really love sneakers. You know, that the value isn't in the money. It's in it's in what you really want. Right, sneaker.
Exactly.
All right. We're nearing the end of the show. I don't know. Did you guys Sean? You have any shout outs you want to send out?
I just want to thank Mark for coming on. I mean, it's been a great time having him on the show. And again, long time coming. And we have great chats now and then on Instagram, but it's good to talk to you in person finally again. I was hoping to hook up with you in Chicago a couple of years ago, but we were both so busy running around that city.
Opposite side, opposite sides of the
town. We both kept hitting each other up, going, let's try to link up, but it never worked out. So I'm glad to see you in person on the computer here. So it's good.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure,
good, man. I appreciate the invite, and
we can hear you.
No, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what happened. But I appreciate the invite, and as always, man, you always have an open invite here, and when it opens up, I'm definitely coming back to Montreal. I had a great time there. I love Toronto, and those guys with the sneaker event, man,
they're good guys.
They had me coming like that's like my home. Toronto is like my home. I was going to all of their events.
Yeah.
Soul Exchange Canada. They were taking me they were giving me the Canadian tour.
That's nice.
I think at this point you've seen more of Canada than I have.
I flew on a plane like this big. I had to bend over to get on the plane. I was like, I was nervous with that one.
Yeah.
But I thank you guys, man. I mean, I'm a last minute guy, and I'm always willing to talk about sneakers.
Yeah.
So, and like if you come here, man, we would probably be out here for 4 or 5 hours.
Absolutely.
Just pulling out all kind of shoes. And
Chris, road trip to Mark's house?
Yeah, sure. I'll drop you off, pick you back up in 6 hours. Right?
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Bostic. Sorry, or Mark. I asked you at the beginning of the show what to call you. You said anything's cool. Yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah.
You were my first education in sneakers. 100%. Wow. Because I liked sneakers from before, and I was just buying anything. Mm-hmm. Anything and everything. And it's only after watching, like, first of all, finding you on YouTube was like a godsend, because you could see that how you went about with your sneakers and how you cared about the details and like the release years and the colorways and everything. And from that, I was like, okay, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this messy. Mm-hmm. Like I need to figure this out. And that made me basically jump onto like the forums and everything, and then learn. And the more that I learned, I found the better time I had with sneakers.
Wow.
So that's definitely your contribution to the community, man. Amazing.
I appreciate that.
No doubt.
Yeah, let me put that up.
Yeah. See, what a lot of people don't know is that when I started doing my videos, I didn't edit them. I would just put the camera down.
I remember.
Shoot the videos.
Yeah.
And just upload. I didn't know about
editing. Yeah.
I'm a little better with it now on my iPhone. I just use iMovie, but it was just shoot the video and upload it. And that's what people liked about my videos, that I wasn't like doing all these crazy cuts. I was just showing the whole shoe all the way around and not cut here, cut there, cut here. And I'm like,
you had your little lazy Susan. You put the sneaker on.
Yeah. Now that was everybody with that.
Yes, yeah. But that was innovative. That was innovative. You were a pioneer with that lazy Susan. But that's what was so great about your videos, is that they're so real and so authentic.
Yeah,
because you were just shooting it and not editing it, and it made it like we felt like we were in that basement. We were in the basement of the Jays and watching.
Yeah, you're just talking to us.
Unbox their shoes. Yeah. You're just talking to us. Exactly. Yeah. All the flashy, cuts and all that edits and all that stuff. That's cool, but I really, at the end of the day,
show me the shoe, man.
Show me the shoe.
Right, and I figured that's what people want. They don't want to see me; they want to see the shoe. And everybody keep flashing back to them.
They're talking to the camera, and I'm like, just show me the shoe.
Face reveal at 100 followers. Yeah,
exactly.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so that was a great show. Thank you, audience, for joining us once again. And you can download and listen to the Sneaker Podcast anywhere podcasts are broadcast. Sean Collard, where can people find you?
At SCollard23 and at OG Support Group.
Shout out to the OG Support Group.
OG Support Group?
Yes, sir.
Support Group. And you can find our good friend Mike at On Air with Mike D, and our dude Chloe at Clarel. Thanks again, Bostic, for chopping it up with us today, and tell the people where they can find you on social media.
JumpmanBostic on all forms, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's it. That's the name.
And that's all you need to know. You can find myself at Christopher.Chu, and be sure to follow us at the Sneaker Podcast. Big shout out to our sponsors, Sneaker Logic and Quality. Be sure to use our coupon code KICKS20 to get 20% off any of your Quality purchases. It's time. Upgrade your pants, man. It's time.
Spring is here.
Bring in the spring stuff. That's right. Okay. One love, all the sneakers. Peace.
Peace.